I ask our members when they come into the live classes, which was, would you rather have super jumping or super balance? So far today, we've had about a 50-50 split, but we've definitely been having a more balanced focused workout. So I got a question on balance today, and that is, how do I improve my balance? So if you are struggling with balance physically, emotionally, don't ask me about emotionally. Yeah, you don't want my advice there, but physically I can totally help you out. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to get physically balanced. Yes. All right. So what we're going to be thinking on when we're thinking on balance is we're going to pick up where we left off with yesterday's conversation, which is how to strengthen the feet. Presumably, most of the people who I work with who are working on balance are working on balance on the feet, not on the hands. Although if you want to work on hand balance, that's a lot of the same principles can be applied from balancing on your feet, balancing on one leg in funny positions. Okay, so the do's and the don'ts. The do's and the don'ts of balance, of getting physically balanced. First do is a mindset do, and that is do be patient with yourself. Understand that the body is, the whole thing is lopsided and crazy to begin with, okay? Like your heart's off to one side, like nothing's actually symmetrical in your body. If you ever seen those crazy pictures where they take a person's face, image of their face, cut it in half, and then they double one side and then double the other, and it looks like two totally different people. Yeah, even though we really chase this idea of balance and symmetry, and we have very strong associations with balance and symmetry and beauty, I need you to let go of all of that shit for working on your actual physical balance. Because number one, if this is something you have to work on, it's not going to be pretty at first, right? We love seeing those beautiful like Fitspo images of people like doing yoga on a sunset and all that kind of stuff, and it's lovely and it's inspiring, but that's not what it's going to look like when you start out. So just be patient with yourself. So first do is a mindset do. Do be patient with yourself. Don't expect perfection. Don't expect it to look pretty. Don't expect it to feel elegant at all. All right? Second do is a physical do, which is strength training. So this picks up from where we left off yesterday, talking about feet, specifically when it comes to strength training and how incredibly impactful that is on balance. So calf raises are still my number one pick for strengthening the feet and thus strengthening your balance. If you've got foot problems, you've got balance problems. It's as simple as that. Like, who's going to have better balance? The person who has like feet that have no problems at all, or like the pirate with two peg legs, right? If you are not using your feet, if you have feet and you're not using them, please start using them. Please do calf raises. Please gradually work into footwear that's going to make your feet work a little bit more. And again, we talked about that more yesterday, but today, balance from the feet, from the ground up. That's what we want to think about. From there, you want to work feet, calves, quadriceps. Deep squats are one of the best things you can do for your balance. Working on that full range of motion. If you don't have full range of motion in your hips, mechanically speaking, like if you need a hip replacement, something like that, that's going to profoundly impact your balance. But as much range of motion as you can get, as much strength as you can get, think of a bottom-up approach as far as strengthening goes for those legs. Another major do this if you're working on your balance. Take before video. Figure a couple of like simple exercises, nothing you're going to hurt yourself on, that challenge your balance a bit, and take some video and see what that looks like. You may notice things in the video that you're not going to notice if you're just doing it, right? It feels different in the body than it sometimes looks, which is why it's really helpful to do a live class with me, is because sometimes I can spot things and I'll give you cues about where to put your balance and that kind of thing. In general, you want to think for balance stuff, 3 points of balance in your foot. One dead center of the heel, one just below the big toe, one below the pinky toe in the ball of the foot, and you basically make a little tripod. When you balance on one foot, you're going to feel those 3 points shift like crazy back and forth. Most of us will tend to favor one of these 3 points when we're first getting started. So it's really cool to be able to sort of pay attention to, feel those 3 points shift. Major, major don't when it comes to balance. Don't hold on to a wall. Now, if you have poor balance, please do this next to a wall or next to a stable piece of furniture where you can grab on if you are literally falling. But shy of actually falling, don't hold on. Don't hold on. I cannot stress this enough. So when you're beginning with your balance, let's say like balance is just really tough for you, or just beginning. Start by finding those 3 points of balance on the foot, like thinking about it just in the standing position before you do anything. Then you gradually shift all of your weight over to one foot. When you have one foot that's fully weighted and the other one's super light, pick up that light foot just barely off the floor. I'm talking like millimeters off the floor, tiny little bit. And don't hold on to anything, just focusing on balancing with that foot a tiny bit off the floor. Does it look impressive? No. You're not going to post that on Instagram. Sorry. But what you are going to do is you are going to train your standing foot to actually balance itself. But the second you put a hand on the wall or a fingertip on that furniture while you're balancing on that one foot, you shift the balance off the foot and onto that fingertip. Okay? So if you are actually trying to improve your balance over time, and this is a big challenge for you, make sure you're close to something, but don't hold on. Be really conservative with how far off the floor you lift that other foot. And like eventually, yes, you do a further lift off the foot. You do like a single leg deadlift or king dancer or half moon pose or any of these great, like, you know, funny one leg yoga poses, eagle, all that stuff. And they look super cool when we get there. But when you are beginning, you will get more benefit from being this high off the floor, not holding on to anything, than being in this beautiful big pose, but you're holding on, okay? You're not training the foot at that point. You want to train the foot to actually balance itself, to actually work that out. It's a complicated piece of machinery, the foot, right? It's going to be shifting balance back and forth all the way around. So, yes, expect it to be not perfect. Expect to have to tap that toe down once in a while, right? Okay? But if you're only this far off the floor, you're not going to fall. So while you're next to the wall, just in case, if you've got, you know, like falling issues possibly being a thing, you are not going to need to hold on to that wall. You're just not. You can just put the foot right back down because we're not that far off the floor. Then as your balance gradually improves, as it slowly gets better, then we can bring that foot further off the floor. Then we can start doing fancy things like tree pose and fun things with our arms and our legs. But we want to gradually go. It's going to take a long time, y'all. Anything having to do with foot strength or grip strength is going to take time. There's lots of bony, tendony stuff all up in there. It's not like training a large muscle like the bicep or you know, the quadriceps that have a large muscle belly. Those things will train relatively quickly. You're going to gain strength in those areas relatively quickly to something that has a lot of little tendony stuff going on. So be patient with yourself when it comes to balance. Understand it's not going to look pretty at first. That's okay. That's okay. We're not the cool gym, we're the nerd gym for a reason, okay? We make actual progress. We focus on what we need to do. Meet your body where it's at, okay? And I guess that can get into the philosophical aspects of balance, right? Is like, meet yourself where you're at, right? It doesn't have to be perfection. It doesn't have to be beauty. It is just about your journey. It is about your pace. It is about doing things that benefit you. And by slowing yourself down, meeting yourself where you're at, and doing it consistently, you will get better. I promise you. All right? I absolutely promise you, you will get better. It just does take time. And because it takes time, because it is gradual, do take video of yourself at different steps in the process. If you are timing yourself like on a one leg balance thing, be like, okay, I'm going to time myself. I'm going to see how long I can hold this one leg balance and video it. And then maybe 3 weeks later or so, do it again. Make sure, if you are going to do this video thing, which I highly recommend, Number one, you're rested and well fed and about the same amount warmed up and exhausted when you do the video. Because if you have like good balance one day and bad balance another day, that's totally normal. You know what impacts that? Sleep. Big one. Sleep really impacts that. What else impacts that? Your how well fed you are, how warmed up your muscles are. There's a lot of things that go into affecting your balance. So make sure that you're well rested before you take these videos. And if you're not sure, like, hey, what am I doing? Is my foot collapsed? Am I leaning in a funny way? Do I have one hip that's higher than the other? Do a video of yourself, and if you're a member of the Nerd Gym, post it on Discord. Ash is going to be doing Form Check Friday today, which I'm super thankful for. Thank you to Ash for doing Form Check Friday. So please do, and that's for any exercise, not just balance. If you're a member of the Nerd Gym and you want some focused feedback on one particular exercise, maybe one that you feel like, I'm not really sure, or maybe I'm getting better, but I could use some tips because this one is still really hard for me. Form Check Friday, do a quick video of yourself, post it on our private Discord, and Ash will get back to you with some feedback on that for you. Okay, so yes, the do's and don'ts. Do strength train. Do have patience. Do the video. Don't hold on to anything, please. Don't try for perfection. Don't make it too hard. In other words, like tiny bits at a time, tiny incremental changes. Also, I would add one more to the don't here. Don't expect one side to be the same amount balanced as the other side. I see this all the time, because we naturally start on our good side, right? That's sort of a natural thing. We'll naturally start on our good side, and it's like, oh, look, I got my leg all the way up on this thing on this side. Now I must match it, must match on the other side, and then you end up falling on your ass. It's like maybe the other side doesn't have it quite yet. Meet each side as an individual where it's at and build it up from there, and you're going to feel good, you're going to benefit from it. Balance is a wonderful thing to be working on for. Hi, hello. All right. I'm still getting used to the lives, y'all. As you post in comments, I've got 2 videos going. Never mind. You don't care. What you care about is getting better, feeling good every single day. That is the whole point. You want to feel benefits immediately. It's not about, okay, so yeah, balance takes a long time. It takes a long time. It takes a long time. But you want to feel good right away? Give yourself a win. Give yourself a small win. Do not push yourself to do something that is way beyond your capacity. Give yourself a small win today by just not holding onto the wall, just going for a few seconds longer, just actually doing it. Hey, if you did a daily practice and you actually did it, give yourself a star, give yourself a check mark in your journal, give yourself a pat on the back, because doing it every single day, that's one of the absolute hardest things. So even just doing it, even if it is not what you wanted it to be, even if it is not a stellar balance practice every single day, it's not going to be perfect every single day, guys. Be imperfect, be wild, be crazy, enjoy it, enjoy this crazy thing we've got as a body, and work on your balance. Everybody should be working on their balance. It is a lifelong process. You see kids, they play hopscotch, and they'll, naturally hop over cracks in the sidewalk and walk up on in places that they can balance, and they'll naturally do this. And what do we do? What do the parents do? Oh no, get down from there, get down from there, get down from there. Don't do that. Don't play. And we're constantly crushed down into this box, right? Like, okay, I don't want to do anything too weird. I don't want to play. I don't want to be expansive with my body. I don't want to move in certain ways with my body because it's not socially correct or whatever. You know what? We can't socialize anyways right now. You're all at home. If you do go out, you're wearing a mask. Nobody will know who you are. Do crazy balance shit wherever you are. Those little cement blocks that are in the parking lots, use those as your own personal little balance beam and walk across the. It'll be fun. I promise. You get out there. You play. This is your life and your body, and you should do all the things that you want to do in your body. It shouldn't be that whimsical of a question that we asked today in the Nerd Gym. Would you rather have super jumping or super balance? You know, I remember when I was a kid, if I got a new pair of sneakers, it was like, watch me, I've got super jumping powers or super running powers. Like, I'm so fast in my shoes. As an adult, nobody says, oh, let me see how fast you are in your new shoes, which is a real bummer in my opinion. So, you know what? Nobody's going to ask you to play. You have to take the initiative as an adult. Play, get out there, have fun with it, because it's not about just, okay, well, in 6 months from now, if I'm perfectly diligent with my balance, eventually I'll start feeling more balanced and I'll reduce risk of injury. Boring, okay? You want to get out there and have fun right now in your body. And yes, we do the boring stuff too so that we can see progress along the way, but we do it for the sake of feeling better right away. You don't want to just feel better later. You want to feel better right away. So that is what I encourage you to do. Get out there, play, work on your balance, do those calf raises, do your strength training, take some video, yes, all those things. And I will see you at the Nerd Gym. If you're a member. If you're not a member, go ahead and join www.thenerdgym.com, and that will take you to our Patreon page. You can join at any membership level and get full access during the COVID-19, because shit crazy right now. It's just crazy right now, so we want to make sure that everybody has access to the love, the support, the community that we provide. So get up in there. I think we've got a few of our $3 memberships left, but please join at the membership level. That will hold you accountable for your goals given your current financial whatever you got going on. And I will see you again. If you're a member, post that video in the Discord. Get Form Check Friday, and I will see you in our next classes, whether that's cardio, a strength, a flexibility. We've got flexibility incorporated into both the strength and the balance today, because it's the vampire strength workout and the cat balance. So yes, it's scary vampire cat workout today. All right, I will see you there. Have an awesome day. Bye.